Member from Oak Bay, Gordon Head.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. I have a specific example I'd wish to offer the Minister to seek some clarification. Let's suppose, as a real-world example, that there is a person who happens to have a property that's very old and lives in the residing of Oak Bay, Gordon Head. That property actually is a small house on a lot, but it's actually two lots. So one lot has the house, and the other house has an orchard that's been in place in perpetuity. For the purpose of the speculation tax, they might be considered as two properties. However, it's only one property. It's always been one property, and it will remain one property. The question is the extra lot to be viewed in this category here as part of a whole property or not? Is there a means and ways that this person would be exempted by the administrator, and how would they be exempted by the administrator in this situation?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Chair, and through you to the member. So that would be an example where the individual could take it to the administrator and have it examined. I think the key around rules relating to the property is that the residential properties, so if it's the additional parcel as the member describes, is used for the residents or for purposes ancillary or in conjunction with the residents. So that would, as I said, I wouldn't give the advice. That's the job of the administrator, but that would be an example where they could take something to the administrator.
Member.
Thank you. That's very helpful. I have a final question, and it's relevant to the riding that I represent and part of the municipality that the minister represents. There are properties in the Capital Regional District where the actual property spans two municipalities. This is quite common along Foul Bay Road in Oak Bay, where there are many houses that have part of the house in Oak Bay and part in Victoria. I suspect, without actually going through all of this, that there may exist properties in the province of British Columbia that actually span a jurisdiction that's in and a jurisdiction that's out. How would those be treated if they do exist, and would the administrator automatically treat them in the in or out district?
Minister.
Thank you very much, Chair, through you to the member. We had a little bit of this discussion earlier, but we found one property in the province, in the areas for the speculation tax that spans inside and outside, and if a portion is inside, then they will be taxed. They will be subject to the speculation tax. I shouldn't say they'd be taxed because they may have an exemption for other reasons, but it will be included as part of the speculation tax.
Member.
Would the component of the property that's subject to the speculation tax be the percentage of the lot that's in the property or the total lot? And why I ask that, let's suppose there's a 12-acre parcel of which 100 square meters is in taxation and the rest is not. Would they be collectively subject to the taxation? Again, these are not examples that I know of, but I know of them in Oak Bay, Victoria, as I'm sure the minister does, but there may be some that we'll find out about.
Minister.
Very much, Chair, and again, we found one property that fits that example, and it will be the case that if a portion of the property is in, the entire property is subject to the speculation tax. But again, we think that this will be a very rare example. We found one. I don't expect that there'll be other examples.